Hello, it's Joy again, and I want to speak about removing idolatry and false gods. If you look in the book of Acts in chapter 14, verses 8 through 18, Paul and Barnabas is demonstrating signs and wonders in the city of Lystra. Many in that city worshiped the pagan gods Zeus and Hermes, and they attributed the healing of a crippled man at the hand of the Apostle Paul to these pagan gods. Paul and Barnabas emphasized the futility of worshiping idols and false gods, calling the people to turn from these idols to the true and living God. Rome later adopted the name Jupiter for Zeus and Mercury for Hermes, and named the planets after these same pagan gods. Well, Acts 14:13 says, the priest of Zeus, whose temple was at the entrance of the city, brought oxen and garlands to the gates to offer sacrifice with the crowd. When the apostles Barnabas and Paul heard of it, they rushed out into the crowd and said, "Why are you doing this? We are only men of like nature as you. We bring you good news that you should turn from vain idols to a true living God, who created the heaven and the earth and sea." Even with these words, though, they scarcely restrained the people from offering sacrifice to them. The worship of false gods, which is idolatry, is a violation of the first and the second commandment. In Exodus 20, verses 3 through 6, it reads, "You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself a carved image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or in the earth beneath, or in the water under the earth. You shall not bow down to them or serve them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children to the third and the fourth generation of those who hate me, and showing mercy to thousands of those who love me and keep my commandments." Anything that takes the place of God in our heart becomes an idol. Idolatry is not just about worshiping statues. It's about placing anything above God in our affection, desires, and priorities. This includes relationships, possessions, money, ambitions, power, control, pleasure, and careers. Colossians 3, verse 5 said, "Put to death, therefore, what is earthly in you: sexual immorality, impurity, passion, evil desire, and covetousness, which is idolatry." See, Christians are called to remain vigilant against idolatry and to keep their focus on the worship of the one true God. This involves anything in our lives that compete with God for our attention and devotion. Jesus Christ is the true God who came to earth in human form. He was the Word made flesh, the incarnate Son of God, to bring salvation to all who believe in him. John 1, verse 14 says, "The Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we have seen his glory, glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth." Jesus is the object of our worship, who is worthy of all honor, glory, and praise. In him we find the true purpose of our lives. Let us reject all forms of idolatry and worship the one true God with all our heart and mind and soul and strength. Shalom.